right, so you're watching TVC Breakfast, and it's time to take a look at stories making the headlines in Nigerian newspapers. Joining me via Skype is Dotun Ojon, Leadership and Communications Strategist. Good morning, Dotun. Thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Happy Monday to you.
All right, let's head straight to the papers now, and I begin with the Daily Trust. TCN boss fired over 781 billion naira Siemens power deal. I never worked against projects. Mohammed, sacked official, yet to receive letter. And we'll move to the front page of the Blueprint. On Salah Eve, NAF kills 200 bandits in Katsina, Zamfara. Multiple strikes. Troops neutralize 35 Boko Haram ISWAP elements in Borno. Matawale insists on peace deal. To the front page of the News Direct. NCC Digital Complex controversy. Communication Minister Dabiri-Erewa fight dirty on social media. This is a fat lie. Pantami. Islamic scholars should not lie, Dabiri-Erewa. And we'll move now to the front page of the National Economy. Nigeria must strive for food security. President Muhammadu Buhari says nation no longer has money for food importation. And then we'll move to the front page of the Daily Times. Now, NIDCOM, NCC trade wars over office space. We were forcefully evicted from NCC building on orders of Communications Minister, NIDCOM. NCC, it's a lie. NIDCOM had not started using the offices allocated to it at our building. And then we'll move to the Leadership newspaper now. How Nigeria can quickly exit COVID-19 induced recession. Experts suggest cutting costs of governance for deregulation. Others urge northern governors to diversify region's economy. President Muhammadu Buhari insists on local production of foods and says no more money for importation. Elumelu world leaders to discuss Africa's post-COVID-19 recovery. And finally, on the front page of the Business AM, bulls on rampage as BUA, MTN, Dangote aid ASI to 5.59% jump. Market cap surpasses 13 trillion naira in value. Zenith Access, FBNH, pump up volume and value. All right, let's take a look at the story now on the front page of the Leadership newspaper, talking about how Nigeria can quickly exit COVID-19 induced recession, and experts are suggesting cutting costs of governance, food deregulation, amongst other things. Dotun, talk to us. How optimistic are you that these suggestions are the way to go?
Yes, Veronica, this is one of the things that I have personally talked about in the past. If you ask me the definition of leadership, I'm going to tell you that leadership is about priority, it's about the people, and eventually it's about their prosperity. So if you are in government or you are in leadership position and you cannot adequately prioritize events, projects, and policies to the effect that it will benefit your people, then I'm not sure that such a people are actually living in the real sense of it. So the first thing we have to do at this moment, there are a lot of things that experts have said in time past, but I think the major one really is cutting down the cost of governance. Veronica, you will remember that in this nation, sometimes in the past, we've got to a point where we were servicing the needs of the National Assembly with 25% of our national budget. And now we have come past that stage, but that does not mean that governance in Nigeria cost of governance in Nigeria has been reduced. So the first thing we need to do as we speak now is to cut down the cost of governance. What we've had over time is when a state government, for example, receives an allocation of about 5 trillion naira, they come out to tell the people that this 5 billion naira that we have received, that we are using 4 billion of it to pay salary. This is very common across board, especially in the Southwest. But a further proof into that will show that the salaries they are talking about is not the salaries of a civil servant and their wages. It's actually a major chunk of the money actually goes into the hand of political appointees, government people, the House of Assembly members, and even the people in the executive arm of government. So the first thing we need to do, either we like it or not at this point in time, is actually to cut the cost of governance. And I think that's going to have a major effect on our borrowing and our spending.
Another aspect they are talking about is that the government looks at driving the economy in such a way that would attract foreign investors. How do we do that?
You see, you cannot continue to submit your destiny to the hand. As beautiful as it is, every nation needs foreign investors. But the first thing we need to ask ourselves is that the investment we have within our country, the huge resources we have, how have we utilized it? Unfortunately, if you do not utilize what you have, you cannot attract foreign investors into your community. So as good as it is sound, we still have the issue of insecurity here and there. We still have inability to manage our economy in a way that we actually attract eyes. And these are some of the things, though we have the advantage of the population, because the first thing an investor is looking at is, okay, what's going to be the benefit if I actually come into any country? So we have the benefit of population, no doubt, but there must be the need for us to work on the basic amenities that we also attract investors. First, you can't be ruling or governing a people of 200 million people and be talking about 5,000 megawatts of electricity. This is going to hold the people back. So if you are not working on your electricity, for example, and people continue to receive unnecessary bills, if you are not working on your road network, I can come and invest in agriculture, for example. But the first thing I'm going to ask myself is that, how do I connect my farm to people who need my produce? And if you are not talking about good roads at that point in time, I doubt whether that is going to attract me as an investor. So as we continue to look at the ways of investors here and there, we must understand that one of the things that we actually attract these investors beyond our population is actually the basic amenities that we can actually boost for. As we speak now, we are not supposed to be talking about, for a people of 200 million in any country, the least electricity megawatt we should be talking about should be 50,000 megawatts of electricity. But that is not there. The government has tried, according to them, they have done all, but we are not interested in the process. We are only interested in the product. At the end of the day, I want to ask you how much of electricity you have in your place, how good your road is. So these are some of the things that we need to work on. And as we are working on this thing, the good thing about them is that they are not money lost. If you pump money into infrastructure, it's also going to help your economy. So this is how it's going to work. My own suggestion is that when we cut costs of governance here and there, we should pump this same money into building of infrastructure, which will in turn actually put eyes on Nigeria and attract foreign investors. So we shouldn't be talking about inviting foreign investors without actually working on our infrastructure.
All right, Dr. Onjo, thank you so much for speaking with us.